New Year holidays discount. Which one you should get? In this video, I am going to tell you, from my opinion, which of the gold ships you should get for battleships and for carriers. This is Foxhound. I hope that you are having a good start to the week. Okay, so let's start this very quick. Okay, let's start with the battleships. Okay, battleships. Which one you should get? As you can see, when you enter the shop, you see that ships that require gold appear first. That's a nice feature. And pretty much you can get it for half the price. So having said that, out of the 3 gold battleships that you can get in the game, let's go with this one. I'm going to tell you from ranking from lowest to highest what I do recommend that you should get. So first of all, let's start with the Massachusetts. Okay? So don't get me wrong, it's a good battleship. And again, this is just my opinion. Okay? If you disagree, post in the comments why do you disagree. So the Massachusetts has a good armament, has a lot of missiles, 2 cannons, a grenade launcher is like 2 torpedo. I wish this was 3. 1 helicopter, 3 autocan, well, a total of 7 air defense. No, sorry, 9 air defense. No, let me see. No, 6 air defenses and 3 autocannons. Do I recommend this? I do not. I do not recommend this for the simple reason: when you pick a battleship in a battle, most likely your team, the enemy team, is going to have a battleship. And this needs to compete with other battleships like the Alsace, especially in ranked. Alsace, Montana, Musashi, and even Mutanza maybe in the future. This battleship cannot keep up. It simply cannot keep up. Yes, it can do a lot of damage, and believe me, I was trying to record a video on the Massachusetts. And yeah, you can do a lot of damage. I did one with 3 million, but damage is not everything. You simply cannot output the necessary amount of damage necessary in order for you to face off another battleship or to kill ships quickly. So for that, I'm putting it in 3rd point. Second, I will have to say Missouri, and yeah, I can say Missouri. It is an amazing battleship. It has the speed. Let's look at the stats over here. It has an amazing speed of 20 knots, maneuverability of 7.8. So it is very fast. It can move very quickly. It has a lot of like 2 missiles, 3 in total, locked armament. The cannon is alright. Well, the 3 cannons are alright. And a total of air defense of 4, lowest defense. What is my think about the Missouri? And again, it's very close with the first one. I guess you know what it's going to be. My beef with the Missouri is that, again, that much output is not enough to compete with other try-hard people out there that was, for example, an Alsace. And it's curious enough, between these two, when you reach a rank, for example, Diamond 2 going to Diamond 3, I will see more Massachusetts around than Missouri. It's an amazing shape. It has the speed. You can keep up and protect your team. Under the hands of very good players, I'm sure it is fantastic. But overall, I will say for me, it's the second choice. So the last one, of course, is going to be the first choice, Jin Yamato. Jin Yamato, in my opinion, it is the first place. All armament is locked, but now you can rotate on place, so it's air defense, it's alright. And if you keep close to allies, which you should do to begin with, it's a very capable battleship and has a very higher power, a very high durability. So King Yamato, I'll have to put it in first place if you choose a battleship for your bundle ship. Now let's go with carriers. Recently, carriers and assault carriers. Why do I put them in the same category, Foxhound, you're going to ask? Well, it's very simple because both of them have aviation, yeah? You can use planes, and you only have one resource, which is gold. So, based on that, which one do I recommend? First of all, I think I'll start with what you want to know. Between an assault carrier and a carrier, what you should get? Definitely an assault carrier, because you have a bomber and you can do more damage with it. Yes, Druid Tank is amazing, but if you compare it to one of the gold ships, then you can do more damage with one of them. Okay, so based on that, I am going to put this in order. We have the CN type 004, we have the Suikaku, and we have the Enterprise. In third position, I will have to say, which, I mean, I love this battleship. Let's say maybe it's going to be a very close tie between these two, but Suikaku is going to be on third place. Why in third place? Yes, you have amazing missiles, so you can do something. You have all armament in it. All of them have all the armament to begin with. All of them have strike fighters, bombers, drone. What's the difference between them is pretty much the helicopter size. In this case, you only have one. Autocannons, you have 4, which is the same as CN Type 004. You have a very good air defense, and a total of 5 that you can change. A total of 6 air defenses. You could say it's the same as Enterprise, but Enterprise you can modify all of it. So what's the situation with this assault carrier? Why for me it's going to be number 3? Well, it's very close. First of all, autocannons, you have highest autocannons in comparison to Enterprise, but I found out that actually I think it's the same amount of autocannons to me. Just 1 second. Let's go to the Enterprise. Has more autocannons. Okay, so why do I put it in this position? That exactly the number of autocannons in the Suikaku is not enough, in my opinion. Well, I mean, it can be enough to fend off torpedoes. I mean, so in that area is good, but you only have one helicopter, and that really set it down to the other two. Also, they worked a little bit on the speed and maneuverability of the Enterprise, and now that is faster. Suikaku used to be very good because of that, but now Enterprise is better regarding speed and maneuverability. So let's just compare very quickly. Speed 18.2 knots with the maneuverability of 7, whereas Enterprise is going to have speed of 19 knots, maneuverability of 6.5. So you have more speed with the Enterprise, but you have less maneuverability. But still, it's not enough for it to be good. So, and of course, you have the air defense situation. Yes, this one, it's very impressive. But I particularly like, that's just my opinion, I particularly like to have like air defenses that I can customize, and even better if you have good air defenses such as laser missiles, ALCA and HPLS. So for that particular reason, I had to put the Suikaku at third, very close to CN Type 004. So I used this in a couple of matches online. It's an amazing assault carrier. It has everything. 3 slots of torpedoes. Grenade launchers. That's highest than anything. Now you have 2 helicopters, and you have a balanced number of autocannons, 4, but you have a total of 8 air defenses, customizable 4x4. That's the only issue that this assault carrier have is something very simple: how fast it is. Speed and maneuverability are the lowest in comparison of the 3, and this is a type of carrier that you stand your ground and you fight. Hiding is, you can, of course you can try to hide, but it's not going to be a as quick. You may need to use like very like speed. Let me see over here. You have to use this item over here in order to make sure that you move faster. Yeah, this one. So that's gold. Well, I also use it in Enterprise to be as well, but yeah, that sets it pretty much behind. That's all it is. It's the speed and the maneuverability, and of course, Enterprise has 3 helicopters instead of 2. 3 helicopters instead of 2. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I like this assault carrier because you have more air defenses, so you can fend off more efficiently. Let's put it away. In this way, the anti-ballistic missiles, because you have more air defenses. But having said that, it's just the speed. You have more maps that require you to hide. With this one, you will not be able to hide. You have to either put your ship in reverse, try to take out planes, and try to take down as many players as possible before you go down yourself in some maps. But overall, I think it is a good assault carrier. But for general overall purposes for everyone, the one that is easier to use, let's put it this way, number one is it has to be the Enterprise. It has to be the Enterprise because yes, you are lacking on the amount of air defenses in comparison to CN Type 004. You have 2 less. You have more autocannons, so you are pretty much untouchable against submarines if you decide to use an AFGS. And sadly, I mean, I put this AA so it's so important because in ranked matches there is always going to be, most of the time, 99% of the time, a submarine. So having AFGS is actually a must, and this pretty much nullifies completely a submarine that is coming to try to take you out with torpedoes. But it cannot fend as easily the anti-ballistic missiles in comparison to CN Type 004, which I found it very interesting. If I was unranked, I will choose between Enterprise and CN Type 004, if I'm honest, because if I'm facing a lot of submarines with anti-ballistic missiles, maybe this may be a good option. However, Enterprise is more applicable for all types of matches, and you can always hide from those anti-ballistic missiles. So, last thing, you have 2 grenade launchers. CN Type 004 has more, but you have 3 helicopters. You have more helicopters than the other carriers. So for that, which one will you recommend for both classes? For the assault carrier, get the Enterprise. That's just bottom line. Get the Enterprise. For a battleship, I will say between Jin Yamato and the second one is up to you which one you prefer. I will choose Missouri. If you already have Jin Yamato, I will maybe pick up Missouri. Massachusetts, I played matches with it. I really try my hardest, and that's the point. When I try to do my hardest to win a match, there is a problem. So I cannot fully recommend it. So between Missouri and Yamato, I will choose Yamato. That's just my opinion, however, but I have seen it online. Diamond 2 ranked matches, you see Jin Yamatos every now and then. So you can get as far with that. So pretty much that is my opinion regarding the gold ships. I think in the future I may do for the other ones. Let me see, let's just say with the carriers, just in case if for some reason one of you wants to get a carrier. You have America, I think, and the other one that you can get is, let's go back to here, let's choose carriers. The other one that you can get with gold is Fujian. Which one out of the two will you choose? 100% Fujian, I will 100% decide to pick up this gold ship if you already have the other assault carriers. Why is that? You can use this in matches for tournaments. It is a very feasible ship. It has the same air defenses as the CN Type 004. It has more autocannons than both of the assault carriers that I showed previously. But you are giving everything. You have even the same amount of helicopters as the Enterprise, but of course you have the speed, which insane speed that you have with the assault carriers. So you are gaining a lot for giving up a bomber with 2 drones. You are pretty much gaining a lot of things by giving up a bomber. So it is pretty much a very competitive carrier, and I will say that don't sleep on the Fujian. Absolutely, this is something that I would recommend, hands down. Don't even touch the America. I know it's fast, I know whatever. Yeah, but some people will say, "Yeah, America, it's the best." You don't know what they're saying. You are crazy. You are crazy. Between the two, of course, I'm going to choose the Fujian. This one does not have a fighter, period. This one does not have enough autocannons, period. This one lacks on the air defenses, period. So that is my opinion. Because I do collect these things, I'm still going to buy it in front of you. There you go. I may do a video with this thing. But yeah, aside of that, please get the Fujian. If you decide to get a carrier and you already have an assault carrier. But again, that's my opinion. Let me know in your comments what you think about this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you disagree, say why. Don't you say no. Say why. So that way people that read your comments can also benefit from your point of view. Okay, that's it for me for today. This is Foxhound. Have a good day.